Today's Fruit of the Spirit series is focusing on kindness, and our scripture will be from Ephesians 4:32. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, and forgive one another as God has forgiven you. In today's flow, we will be focusing on chest openers as well as a little bit of back bending, really trying to open up through the front and open up our hearts for kindness. So laying down, finding a comfortable position, palms up toward the ceiling, toward the sky. Close the eyes, and let's try to start with the mind. Let's get rid of all of those to-do lists, all of the thoughts that we still need to do yet today. Really just trying to think of one singular thing at a time. Maybe we can focus on surrendering our burdens, focusing on surrendering towards God. Let Him accomplish all of the things we have yet to do, or maybe we need help with. And now gently bring your focus to your breath. Breathing in through the nose and back out again. Slowing your breath down and really expanding through the lungs. In our normal, everyday sort of breathing, it's very shallow. It's unthought of, or just unconsciously breathing. So yoga is a great time for us to really focus on taking excellent quality breaths. Now open up the eyes and let's bring the feet directly below the knees. Make sure that your knees are about hip distance apart. Bring the hands up overhead and lift the sitting bones for a bridge. We're going to hold this for just a few breaths. Really try to let those shoulder blades melt into the floor, creating a lot of surface area coming into contact with your mat. And release, bring the hands back down. Let's roll over to our left side for a quad stretch. Keeping the knee in line with the hip, not fraying out to the side. And we're not getting into our back bends quite yet, so just be sure that we are keeping everything in line with one another. And back to center. This time, keep the hands planted, lift the sitting bones, roll the shoulder blades a little bit further behind you, and let's find a bind. Seal those palms together. Really try to open up through the chest, through the collarbones. And lifting those sitting bones. We don't necessarily want to be sitting on our hands. Gently release the bind and lower the sitting bones. Coming over to the right side for our quad stretch. Gently reach the hand back, grabbing the foot. Hands coming back onto our backside. Let's do a little bit of rocking and rolling, waking up that spine, a little massage. And then come on to all fours. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Let's drop the belly for cow. And lift the belly, blow the air away. Cat. One more just like that. Very good. Now tuck the toes. Let's find plank. And then push back into downward facing dog. On the next inhale, let's look up at our hands. And exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway rise. Long spine. And exhale, release. Inhale, root into those feet, rise, hands up overhead. And exhale, mountain. Next, we'll be coming into a sun A. We're gonna lift the hands up overhead and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, plant the hands, step back and lower down to the belly. From here, we're going to rise up our upper body into cobra, using mostly those back muscles. Do not over squeeze the buns, lighten through the hands. Really trying to wake up the back. Our first back bend here. And let it go. Now let's raise those knees or bend at the knees and kind of just flail them back and forth. I say flail, but really just gently rocking from one side to the next. Trying to loosen up the hips just a little bit. And back to center. Let's get those feet back in line with the hips as we are going to come up into locust. So you can either bring the hands up in front of you or down at your sides, whatever's most comfortable. So raising up, just like cobra, but bringing the feet up off the floor, hands up off the floor, really trying to tuck those hips up into the ribs, engage the core. You might even feel like your belly button's lifting up and off the mat. Whew, and set it down. Next, we're gonna do a pec stretch. So bring your arm out to the side, 90-degree angle, shift over that direction just slightly, and maybe gaze off in the opposite direction. If this is a big enough stretch in through the front of the shoulder for you, stay here. Otherwise, bring that opposite foot sort of back and over behind you. It's gonna be a really intense stretch for that front of the shoulder girdle, so taking a variation that's comfortable for you. Coming out of it, let's come back to center and then over to the other side. 90-degree angle. And then sort of push into this stretch just until you've met your max. All right, back to center. Let's come up, back into downward facing dog, bringing the right foot up and forward. I sit here for a little bit of a hip opener. So you're more than welcome to stay here with that back leg lifted. If you need, always come down onto that back knee. What we're really searching for here is we want our hips to sort of relax and pull down more toward the mat. This is gonna be a big stretch for this back leg. Trying to get those hips nice and relaxed. Now let's go ahead and set that back knee down. See if we can rise up. sink into this just a little bit longer. Maybe those hips are loosening up. And are we able to also make this a quad stretch? Reaching back, grabbing that back foot if you can. Still want to make sure our hips are sort of facing toward the front of the mat. You might find this stretch a little bit easier on one side versus the other. So let's switch it out. Left leg coming forward. Sit here for just a little bit. Try to get those hips woken up on this side now. You'll find it best for your muscles to sort of relax when you can really focus on that breath and deepen those exhales. Set the back knee down, come up. And then if you can, let's see if we can reach back, grab that foot. Yep, one side's definitely tighter than the other one, and that's okay. Yoga is just about bringing awareness to the body, not judging it, just feeling it for what it is. Bring that down, back in a downward facing dog. Yoga is all about kindness to your body. No judgments. If you can't get into a pose, there's always variation there for you. Just being kind to your body. Next inhale, let's look up. And exhale, step up. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, release. Inhale, root to rise, hands up overhead. And mountain. This next salutation will be a sun B, so let's rise up, hands toward the ceiling, and sit back into our chair. Hold this for just 2 breaths, so deep inhales and exhales. Be sure to roll those hips up into the ribs, engaging the core. One more inhale and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, plant the hands. We are just going to step back into plank today and downward facing dog. You are always welcome to do your own vinyasa if you'd like to add chaturanga and up dog. Otherwise, we will meet here. Send that right leg up towards the ceiling and bring it on through. Spin the back heel down. Let's rise up into warrior 2. Finding a heel to arch alignment with your feet. Shoulder blades are rolled down the back. Let's go ahead and keep that back foot planted. Shift our hips toward the front of the room, making this a warrior 1. Let's find our clasp or our bind that we did earlier. Palms sealed together, thumbs rooted down the base of the spine. Be sure we're not flaring those ribs too much. Engage the abs. Let's make this a humble warrior. Leaning forward. All of that weight really digging in through that front heel. Might feel those quads start shaking. Means you're doing it right. And then let's release. Come to the middle of our mat. Feet parallel with the ends. Find our bind one more time. And let's hang here for just 2 more breaths. Plant the hands. Don't take that foot back. We're going to keep that back heel lifted. Feel free to move it out just a little bit so that your feet are hips distance apart. Rise up. We are now in crescent. This next part is going to take a little bit of balance. So what I want you to do is find a spot on the wall and bring that back leg up. Lift the knee in front of you. Really be sure you found your balance. Then come down, grab that foot. Sort of like a quad stretch, but we're gonna find dancers. So if you need to bring that front or bring that body forward just a little bit, kind of balance you out as you bring that back foot and hand behind you. Gently release. We're back at the top of our mat. So inhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway rise. And exhale, plant the hands, step back, down dog. Let's do everything again on the other side. So inhale the left leg up. Step it on through. Back heel down. Whew, warrior two. Now let's bring those hips pointing toward the front of the mat, keeping that back heel down. Warrior one. Bring our hands behind us. And let's humble our warrior. Release the bind, come toward the middle of the mat. Remember, 2 breaths here. Find that bind one more time. Always love a wide-legged forward fold. Always takes so much weight off my lower back. Release the bind towards the front of the mat. Remember, you can move that back heel or back foot over just a little bit. Keep the heel lifted. Rising up into crescent. Now find that spot you had on the wall one more time. And then bend, push, and lift. Let's find our balance for just a pinch before we go ahead. Try to grab that foot. Welcome to stay in a quad stretch, or lean forward, bring the foot back for dancers. One more breath. Beautiful. Letting go of that. We're gonna come into our cool down. So you are welcome to either grab a block to sit on. So we will finish in heroes. Might be a little hard on the knees. So even grab 2 if you need 2 blocks. Sit on down. Let's first do a foot stretch. So keep your feet tucked. I'm gonna sit here for just a moment, really feeling the stretch in through the arches. Then feel free to grab your block, place it under the sitting bones, untuck the toes, sit back into heroes. Now, let's go ahead, close the eyes. Let's come back to our scripture from earlier, Ephesians, talking about being kind. Being kind and tender-hearted toward others, forgiving them, as God has also forgiven us. Kindness is sometimes not the easiest thing. Not only kindness for others, but kindness for ourselves. We kind of touched on that with finding kindness with our body during yoga. Can we ever just make a observation and not a judgment? Kindness is the best way to just give ourselves and others grace. Let's sit here for just a few more breaths, thinking about ways that we can bring kindness into our own life, into our own practice. Maybe asking God for more kindness or more opportunities to practice kindness. Last breath together. Breathe in and let it go. Thank you for joining me today in our Fruit of the Spirit about kindness, where our scripture was Ephesians 4:32. May your yoga practice continue to thrive.